phone first?
Yep.
Go to MetaTrader. First, I'm going to set your phone up to look like mine, and then I'm going to explain it. So we want to go to MetaTrader. We want to go to settings. Let me share my screen. I'm sorry. Make me the host, Connor.
Got you. Let's find settings. Make host. Boom. All right, there you go.
Boom. I'm going to put my phone on Do Not Disturb, too, because it'd be too many notifications at one time. I made this yesterday for y'all. So we want to go to settings. We want to go to charts. We want to, if you got an iPhone or Android, it's a little different for both. But if you got an iPhone, just click everything to the right except for data window. Same if you got an Android. You want to turn on everything except for data window.
All right. Hang on, give me a second. Let me do what you just did right
All right.
Okay.
Then we want to go to colors. If you got an Android, change your background to black. And then for everybody else, we're going to customize ours. If you got an iPhone, we're going to make our foreground red. We're going to make our grid black. The bar up is a lime green. The bar down is red. The bull candle is a lime green. The bear candle is red.
You guys put just a little bit.
You're cutting in and out.
Did anybody hear her?
Yeah, we couldn't hear you after bar candle.
Yeah. After bar candle?
Bar. I'm from St. Louis. I was bar.
Yeah, what did you make bear candle?
So your bar up is lime green and your bar down is a red. And then your bull candle is a lime green. And your bear candle is red. Your line chart is yellow. Your volumes is lime green. Your bid price line is gonna be like a light blue. I know mine pink, but make y'all's light blue. And then your axe price line, you wanna make that lime green. Trade levels is lime green. And stop levels is lime green. I got that part?
Yeah, could you repeat all that one more time?
More like just pull, can you pull that screen up with the colors one more time? I'm gonna just screenshot it. That way, if you keep going, I can just do it myself.
Yeah, everyone, while we're going through, take a screenshot and then continue what you're doing. But right now, I would sit here and take a lot of this in and just really listen to what she's saying and then screenshot, then review the material again, right? If you need to be allowed to record it, let me know, but I'm also recording this call.
You guys took a screenshot?
Yeah.
I got y'all screenshot? Then we're going to go to quotes, pick a pair, any pair, no matter which pair you choose. We're going to first change our time frame. If you don't know where to find it, it's usually like in the left-hand corner. So mine says M15, so everybody want to change theirs to 15 minutes. And then it's an F-looking button in the middle. It look like the Facebook logo. Do y'all see that at the top?
Yes.
You want to click that. I think if you already have an iPhone, I think everybody come with like the relative strength index right there already, correct?
Correct.
So you want to click that first. First, we're going to click style, and you just want to change it to 4 pixels. And then make sure you press save. And then we're going to click levels. I'm sorry. Your first level, whatever number is right there, backspace it. We're going to make it 32. The second number, we're going to make it 37. And if you got an iPhone, click add level. And if you got an Android, it's a plus sign button like in the right-hand corner. You want to just add the plus, and then you want to add 68. And then you want to add 63. So on the iPhone, it lets you put a description. So for 32, you want to type in buy. For 68, you want to type in sell. Then you want to click style and you want to change it to 4 pixels. When you're done, make sure you press save and done, and it should take you back to the chart. Y'all following me?
Your relative index again, please.
That sounds like Kira. So your levels is 32, 37, 68, and 63. And then for your style, when you click style below that, you want to make sure you press 4 pixels. You got that?
Yep.
So done and save. And then you're going to press that F logo again.
Which
So
one was
if you
the buy and which one was the sell? I'm sorry.
32. 32 is the buy and 68 is the sell.
Thank you, Charity.
You are. We're going to click the Facebook logo again. I know on some people's phone, it already has a moving average right there. If you already have a moving average, just change your numbers. So the first number is going to be 5 for your period, and then your style is going to be red. Make sure you click 4 pixels, and you want to press save and done. If you don't already have moving average right there, you want to click main window, and then your moving average is the 5th one. And again, your first period is going to be 5, and your style is going to be red. And you want to make sure you click 4 pixels. That's how thick you want your line. You always want the thickest line because I ain't got time to be straining my eyes. Make sure you press save and done. So when you click the F icon again, right now it should say you should have one moving average, and then you should have your relative strength index at the bottom. Y'all got that?
Yep.
Got it. Let's go.
You want to click main window again. You want to click moving average. It's going to be the 5th one. So for the second one, your period is going to be 13. And then your style is going to be yellow. And you want to make sure you click 4 pixels again. Make sure you press save and done. And it's always going to take you back to the chart. That's how you know if you did it right. You want to click that F icon again. You want to click main window. You want to click moving average. It's going to be the 5th one. Your third moving average, your period is going to be 50. And your style is going to be a light blue, like water. And you want to make sure you click 4 pixels. And make sure we press save and done. So now when you're on this screen, you should have 3 moving averages now. And when you press save and done, it's going to take you back to the chart. So we're going to click that F icon again. We're going to click main window, moving average. Your 4th moving average, your period is going to be 200. Your style is white. And you want to have 4 pixels.
Use mature. What was the third one again?
The third one was 50. Your period is 50. And then your style is a light blue, like water. And you want to make sure you click 4 pixels.
Thank you, man.
You're welcome. Let me know when you get your 4th one. Y'all want to click that F icon. For the last person that just spoke to me, you want to make sure you go to your movement average. Your 4th movement average, your period is going to be 200. And your style is going to be white. And you want to make sure you click 4 pixels. And then for everybody else, y'all, last movement average is the last one. We're going to click main window, movement average. Your last movement average, your period is 800. And your style is a blue, like a blueberry. And your pixels is 4. And when you press save and done, it should take you to the chart. Everybody got that?
Yes, ma'am.
So I'm going to just break down each one of these lines. I'm about to simplify it.
What was the third one again?
You said the last one?
The third one.
I think it was 50.
The blueberry.
The third one was 50, and the color is a light blue, like water.
Thank you.
Did you get the rest of them, or you just didn't get the third one?
I got the rest of them.
Okay.
Thanks.
You're welcome. This red line right here, we call it ketchup. This yellow line right here, we call it mustard. This light blue line, we call that water. This white line right here, we call that mayo. And this dark blue line, we call that blueberry. So you barely ever see the blueberry. So when you don't see the blueberry, don't freak out. For the most part, all we need to know is when ketchup crosses the mustard, whichever way ketchup is going, if ketchup is going in a upper direction, I'm getting in for a buy. If ketchup is going in a downward direction, I'm getting in for a sell. Does that part make sense to everybody?
Yeah.
For the people that don't get it, I'm gonna screenshot this and I'm gonna use Connor inbox.
Can you just say it one more time? What you just said?
Please.
So the red line, we call it ketchup. You talking about that part? With each color of the line me?
Yes. Yeah.
So the red line, we call that ketchup. The yellow line, we call that mustard. The light blue line, we call that water. The white line, we call that mayo. And the dark blue line, we call that blueberry.
Blueberry.
So all we need to know is when the ketchup crosses the mustard, whichever way the ketchup is going, that's the way we're getting in for. So if the ketchup is going in a upward direction, I'm getting in for a buy. If the ketchup is going in a downward direction, I'm getting in for a sell. Do we understand that part first?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I just want to show y'all this example. For example, ketchup across the mustard right there. Ketchup was going in the upward direction. That's how many pips I just caught. Y'all following me? Because I hear somebody talking.
Following.
All we're looking for is M's and W's. Our entry is always the last leg of your M and your W. And what I mean by last leg is this right here. This was beautiful. This was a beautiful drop. And I think I was hiking the mountain when this happened because I would have caught all of this. So this is an M right here for an example. Y'all see that?
Yes.
Yes.
Ketchup crossed the mustard right there. Ketchup was going in a downward direction. I just caught all these pips right here. Y'all see that?
Yes.
Yes.
So if you don't see your M's and your W's and your candles, that's what your RSI is at the bottom for. So if I look at the bottom, I see an M right here, and it's still dropping. So now I just flipped through all these pairs. I don't even trade all these pairs. I wanted to add some stocks because I don't even trade stocks, but sometimes I just flip through and just make sure my strategy works no matter what pair I'm looking at, because that's how you know if a strategy really works. So in this part, we're not doing nothing but looking for M's and W's. Like I said, our entry is always the second leg of the M or the W, and it's always where the ketchup and the mustard cross. It's always going to make sense. This is a Netflix stocks. Like I said, I don't trade Netflix, but I see M right there. Ketchup cross the mustard right there. I still would call these chips right here going down. It's consolidating. We never trade consolidation. I don't care what strategy you know. We never, ever, ever, ever trade consolidation. This right here is a W. Ketchup cross the mustard right there. Shishi. I need my money going up. Consolidation.
Shishi. Yes, sir.
I see an M right here. Perfect. This is beautiful. Ketchup cross the mustard right there. I need to catch that going down. I need my change from me.
Pay me.
This is a beautiful M right here. I just can't unsee it. Y'all see the M's and W's too, or is it just me?
Copy.
I see it.
Ketchup cross the mustard right there, going in a downward direction. I'm getting in for a sell. Y'all see those bold red candles? I'm catching all that right there going down. I need my change, Rummy. I need my change. Yo, M and your W, they always gonna share the same last leg. And what I mean by that is, if this is an M right here, this last leg of your M, which is this leg right here, this is always the first leg of your W. So these two right here, they always share the same leg. It's important that y'all get that part, because if you see an M, you know a W is coming next. If you see a W, you know an M is coming next. Our entry is only the second leg of our M or our W. So if this is an M, this is my entry right here. I'm catching it coming down. This is a sell. I'm catching it coming down. If this is a W, this is my entry right here. I'm catching it coming up for the buy. Y'all see that?
Correct.
Y'all should never ask when is our entry. Our entry is only the second leg of our M or our W. That's where you're going to catch the most pips. That's how Paper Chase and Debo be catching 200 and 300 pips. Everybody can't catch 200 pips, and that's okay. So even if you're a new trader, just as long as you stick to your trading plan, you can still have perfect entry and catch your 30 pips.
Yes,
Literally.
sir. Let's go.
So if this right here, if y'all would have got in this right here, on this M right here, boom, boom, ketchup cross the mustard right here. Ketchup going in a downward direction. It never matters which way mustard is going. Sometimes mustard be going to the side. I don't care which way mustard is going. I'm only focused on which way ketchup is going. If ketchup crossed the mustard and it's going in the upper direction, I'm getting in for a buy. If it crosses in a downward direction, I'm getting in for a sell. It crossed the mustard right there going in a downward direction. Look at that. Look at those pips right there going down. Look at those red candles. You can easily get perfect entry, get 30 pips, and be out. Y'all see what I see? Now that y'all see that part, I'm gonna tell y'all what the rest of the colors mean.
Lit.
Every and anything.
Let's go.
This light blue line right here, we call it water. It's just a confirmation that you're in for the right way. So if water is above the candles, it's pushing the candles down. If water is below the candles, it's pushing the candles up. So right here, water is below the candles. This is a confirmation. This is water. Candles are right here. Water is below the candles, so it's pushing the candles up. This is confirmation that I'm in for a buy. Y'all see that?
I see it.
And that same picture, they all make sense. I see my W right there, boom. Ketchup cross the mustard right there, boom. Water below the candles, boom. And it's like so many confirmations when I'm still waiting for. That's my 300 pips right there. I need my change, Rummy.
Right.
Same thing for this one right here. My water is above the candles because my candle's right here. So I mean, it's pushing the candles down. I should be in for a sell.
So basically, water is determining whether it's gonna be a sell or a buy.
Don't get me wrong. Sometimes it cross. It's just like another confirmation. What determines if it's a sell or a buy is my catch up.
Okay.
You following me or am I losing you?
I got you.
This white line right there, we call that Mayo. We call it hold the Mayo. Every time price comes in direction.
Can you repeat that again about the mayo?
We call Mayo hold the Mayo. We call it hold the Mayo because every time price comes close to Mayo, it always reverts back in the opposite direction. So this screenshot right here, for an example, if this is Mayo right here, price was coming down for a sell right here. It reversed back in the opposite direction to go up for a buy. It reversed again to come back down, and then it reversed back up, and it forms your W. Like all my.
I see it. Thank you.
Same thing for this right here. Every time price comes close to Mayo, it's going to reverse back in the opposite direction. So if this was coming down, came
I
back
went
down.
to outside little lady pick them weeds in front of the yard.
Say it again.
All right.
What'd you say?
Nothing. Somebody need to mute their line.
I was in my phone.
Sound like the ambulance. This right here was coming down for a sell. Price took it back up a little bit more. It dropped some more. Came back up a little more. You see how it's just all bouncing off of this white line right here? Every time price come close to the white line, it always reverse back in the opposite direction. You think about that as a price reversal. We call it hold the Mayo. What does hold the Mayo mean if you having a sandwich? I don't want it. This dark blue line, like I said, we barely see it, but when you do see it, just know there's something big about to happen. We can use that blue line right there as a take profit or either as the same thing for the Mayo, as a price reversal. Every time price comes close to the blueberry line, it reverses back in the opposite direction, or I can use it as a take profit. This right here, this is beautiful because I just can't unsee it. This my W right here. Boom. Ketchup crossed the mustard right there. Ketchup's going in the upper direction. What I do? I got in for a buy. And then my take profit could have been that blueberry line right there. Boom. Easily got my 30 pips and out. Your pip count don't matter. Your lot size do. Y'all see that?
We see it.
Yes, ma'am.
Same thing over here. This is beautiful. You see how it just touched? It touched that blueberry so beautifully, perfectly. Use it as a take profit or for a sinus reversal. I basically just taught y'all how to trade because that's mainly it. Now y'all just need to know the market maker strategy, how the market moves, because it moves in 5 different directions. But again, all y'all need to know is your entry is always the second leg of your M or your W. That's where you're going to catch the most pips. You need to wait until ketchup crosses the mustard. Whichever way ketchup is going, that's the way I'm getting in for. Ketchup crossed the mustard right there in a downward direction. I got in for a sell. That's 4 strong red candles right there. I could have easily got my 30 pips with perfect entry and be out. It's going to happen like that every time. It's always going to make sense. And Connor going to go over.
Execution?
This is all market execution, yes. So I do want to say, sometimes when you get in, like soon as the ketchup cross the mustard, like this right here, this is like prime example right here. I don't even want to say that because ketchup is going to the side. If ketchup going to the side, that's consolidation. We don't trade consolidation. But if somebody was to get in this trade like the blind eye without knowing, say somebody jumped in this trade right here, ketchup was going in the upper direction a little bit, they got in for a buy, it consolidated, you see it was reversing back and stuff like that. Sometimes it starts to retrace as soon as you get in. Don't get out the trade just because it starts to retrace. That's why he call it all skill, no fear. So the market makers, their objective is to get you out of the trade. Y'all ever like set up a trade? I'm talking about marked it up so beautifully. You just knew that trade was about to do every single thing you said it was going to do. It didn't hit your stop loss before it hit your TP. I know that happened to some of y'all. I know it has. So if that ever happened to you, he don't you can just get your 30 pips because he don't set like a stop loss and a take profit. But like I said, y'all can easily get perfect entry and get y'all 30 pips and be out. So if it starts to trade, don't get out the trade. That's why you call it all skill, no fear. So you can still get in there and get your 30 pips and be out.
So it's more like scalping then?
Yes.
I have a question for you.
Go ahead.
So when we get into the trade, we're looking for the ketchup across the mustard. But if we want to get those big pips, we're looking for the leg of the last leg of the W or the last leg of the M. So if
Correct.
the last leg of the M is forming, but the ketchup hasn't crossed the mustard, do we still wait for the ketchup to cross the mustard? Or if we see the W or the M last leg forming, we just go ahead on in? Or would you prefer, do you wait for those two confirmations before you jump in?
I'm gonna wait for it to cross. Like me personally, I've been looking at trades and stuff like that, and I can see like my W start to form, and the ketchup can get so close to the mustard, and it's still like a shoot down before it shoot back up. So I'm still gonna wait until that ketchup crosses the mustard. Cause like I said, bro, it can retrace. Like this right here, your W start to form in your ketchup. Like if y'all don't see it, like this is a W right here, like in the middle. So if I was to draw on this is my W. Ketchup crossed the mustard right here, start going in the upper direction. Do you see how the ketchup went like this? Do you see how it went like this? Like it was so close to the mustard. It didn't even cross back on the mustard to go down. But you see how it was retracing? A lot of people would have got out right there. And it was like, oh, like it might be a sell. Like I can see it's about to cross down. If the ketchup and the mustard don't cross, don't get in. Because you see how close it came to that yellow line and then it finished going up? That's them trying to get you out of the trade, acting like you don't know what you're doing. You know what M's and W's are because you've been writing them since pre-K. You know what ketchup and mustard is because you've been eating that also since pre-K. Like, just wait for all the confirmations. Don't get up in here being greedy. That's one of the trading rules. Don't be greedy. Wait for the confirmations. We trade off structure, not emotions.
Okay.
Next question, real quick. So how far does ketchup need to cross the mustard before you jump in, or do you see as soon as they're touching and it's a little bit across, you go ahead and get in?
As soon as it touch, I don't be wasting no time, baby. As soon as it touch,
Cocoa butter.
You can easily check this like since your time frame is 15 minutes, all that means is it takes 15 minutes for each candle to form. So I know one time I was training somebody on my phone and I was just looking at this, like scalping it with her. And it's what you just said. I can see the W forming. I can see that the ketchup is about to cross the mustard. But if it's not about to cross yet, I'm going to just check in another 15 minutes. Because as soon as it crosses, I'm getting in.
Thank you much. Cocoa butter.
Anybody else got questions?
What's the best time frame to look at entering?
It depends what pair you're trading because each pair is different. Some pairs, they be moving at like 1 to 4 in the morning. But like I said, it depends on what is your pair. I don't even trade all these pairs right here that's on my phone. I just flip through them sometimes just to see if the strategy works.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Anybody else?
do you wait for a retracement or do you just jump in at any time?
No, so it's 6 ways that the market move. That part Connor gonna go over with you, but he's going to tell you something called the continuation move. So the continuation move, it starts to retrace right there. So usually that long M of your W, it give you like 3 levels of consolidation. And what I mean by 3 levels is, let me find it.
Hey, Ms. Charity, you're doing an awesome job, by the way. Thank you, sister, and thank you, Mr. Connor, for this today.
Yes, thank you very much.
Yo, everyone,
Gratitude.
drop some 3s in the chat for this call right now. Drop some 3s in the chat because it is absolutely so
Thank you,
amazing right now. Guys, you got to understand the
Fire.
power of this. This is huge.
Okay, I'm gonna answer her question. So what I mean by 3 levels of consolidation, this one didn't give you a big one. So this is my M right here. Do you see that part first?
Yes.
My ketchup crossed with the mustard right there. My ketchup was going in a downward direction. I'm getting in for a sell. So right here, start to retrace. Right here, start to retrace. This actually, you could say that's 1 level. So it usually give you like 3 levels of consolidation before it finished dropping, which is how paper chasing Nevo, that's how he be catching like 400 and 500 pips and stuff like that, because he doesn't get out as soon as it starts to retrace. Because again, the market makers, their intention is to kick you out of the trade. They get paid a bonus when they kick you out, and they get paid another bonus when they help you blow your account. Does that make sense? So since you know what they're trying to do, you just do the opposite. So if this is my M right here, my first level of consolidation, boom, I know to still stay in. My second level, boom. But you can always get in like your first level of consolidation. Like usually your first level, it might be like over here sometimes. So my first level of consolidation, that's like another entry for you to get in if you miss the perfect entry, like as soon as the ketchup across the mustard. Because I already know what they're trying to do. The objective is to kick me out of the trade.
Okay.
And then this is perfect. Boom, it hit your blueberry. It would have hit your take profit.
I have one more question.
Yes.
So for those who may look at the RSI, for instance, like how big of an M or how big of a W are you looking for? Because I know that's a big M at the bottom with the RSI in this particular example. Like I know you could use the small M's, the big M's. All right, enough said. Appreciate it.
You said you see it?
Yeah, I see it. I was just asking about the small M's, the big M's, the little M, W's. Because I know some people who was asking me about that on my team.
Sometimes this is what they do. So sometimes if this is your M right here, they throw like a small W right there in the middle. But me knowing what they trying to do, like I said, their job is to try to kick you out of the trade. So since I know they're trying to kick me out of the trade, I just got to see the bigger trader. I got to grind harder. I see the bigger M. That makes sense. So this right here, this is still my entry. So for this white part, I would just act like I didn't even see like the little M they just tried to throw me right there. You see that?
Yes, perfect.
The same thing for your W. This is your W right here. Sometimes they try to throw you like a little M in there to confuse you. Me knowing what they trying to do, what I do. I see the bigger picture. I see the bigger W. This right here is still my entry. I'm going to act like I didn't even see them try to play me right there. I still need to buy. I still need my change. Run me.
Okay, so my question is blueberry your take profit?
Yes, you can use it as a take profit or for a signage reversal. So that means every time price, so it's either going to hit your blueberry or every time it comes close to blueberry, it's going to reverse back in the opposite direction. So if it's coming up for a buy, as soon as it get close to blueberry, it's going to drop for a sell. Like one pair we was just looking at together, it was doing exactly that. I think it was AU. No, I don't remember because I kept flicking through.
A question: Is it worth setting an alert for the ketchup and mustard crossings, or do you just scroll through your symbols?
I just stroll through, depending on whatever time you want to start trading. So me personally, sometimes I trade in the morning like 7:10. It really depends because in the morning I have a team, so I'm mostly helping my team like daytime. So for me trading, I usually trade at nighttime, like 1 to 4. It just really depends. But it's never not a bad time to trade. Like you don't let the market tell you when to trade. You tell the market when you're about to trade.
Okay, so my question is, what do you feel like are some of the best pairs to do?
I like the fast moving pairs. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I like NAS 100. She be paying my bills. She be doing me so good. I like NAS 100. I like UK 100. I like SPX 500. If y'all want to be honest, all of these look just like US 30. I know your account got to be like at a certain size for you to trade US 30, but SPX 500 it looks exactly like US 30.
Oh, thank you.
Right there, that's an M. Boom, right there, that's an M. Them charts look like. Let me draw on it because I just can't make this up. This is my M right there. This SPX. Chishi. Them exactly the same. And if y'all pay attention, I don't know if y'all know about spreads or not, but your spreads is how much you got to give your broker before it even going to profit for you. So on US 30, y'all know the spread usually not 100, it's usually higher. So if the spread right now was 100 and SPX look exactly the same and the spread is only 60, what I'm about to do? I'm about to get an SPX 500 because it's still making the same move.
Okay.
Cocoa butter.
Did y'all see that though? Because I really can't make it up. Like once you've been trading for a while, it's just like all these charts look exactly the same.
That's all facts.
The same thing as Bitcoin. Whatever Bitcoin is doing, Bitcoin is like the mom. And she telling her kids, my crew, let's go. Her crew is Litecoin, Ripple, and Lithium. Because they all look the same. Sometimes, look, lately Ripple been doing its own little thing, but they usually all four of them look the same. So if I don't got enough money in my account to trade Bitcoin, what I'm about to do? I'm about to trade Litecoin. I know it'd be like a spread of 5 sometimes. Y'all just got to be smarter and not harder. Like, don't go for the big stuff because that's what you see everybody else doing.
He's spitting that fire. Oh my God.
That's where the market makers at, is where the majority is.
That's what I'm saying. So it's just like, bro, you just got to do the opposite. Like, I'm trying to tell y'all, study these pairs. Look at all the indices, like, when we get off the phone. You're going to see, like, how much every single one look exactly the same. You just be like, damn, like, I was playing myself.
Into that bag.
Because I need all my change from me. You're going to have to run charity every single time. You're going to have to run me my change.
That's it. That's the one.
That's the one, sis.
Could you explain your risk management within this strategy?
But yeah, I still do the 10 cent. I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't care how much money in my account. That I still see a kill use 10 cent, 10, 20 cent. I ain't no better than him. He's a master trader.
And only 30, and only you get your 30 pips and get out. You said some people would like ride like that small retracement, and because they know it's still gonna keep going down, but you just do 30 and get out, or
yeah. So everybody has a different trading goal. So your trading goal all depends on you and how I would express people to use a trading goal. For an example, so say you work a 9 to 5. Say your job paid you every 2 weeks. Say they pay you $1,400. Now all you got to do is do the math. So if they pay me $1,400 every 2 weeks, that means I'm getting paid $700 a week, which means I'm only worth $100 a day. So now your trading goal needs to be, well, damn, what can I do to get more than $100 a day if your goal is to retire and quit that job? You get what I'm saying? So everybody's trading goal is different. Me personally, I don't work a 9 to 5, so my trading goal will be a little different from yours. But if that's your trading goal to get 30 pips and be out, I recommend everybody get 30 pips and get out, because that's what a kill taught me.
Okay.
That's what all my mentors taught me. 30 pips is enough for anybody. If you can get 30 pips a day, bro, you can profit. Like I said, your pip count don't matter, your lot size do. But everybody can't catch 200 pips like Paper Chase and Debo, which is why I recommend go ahead and get your 30 pips and be out. You can get perfect entry, get your 30 pips and be out.
Perfect. Thank you.
So great
You're welcome.
answers. Great answers, everyone. And then I'm about to go over myself some different some proper risk management and stuff like that as well. So along with all the hype and stuff like that comes the serious talk, right? This is gonna be a real, trading session that we're gonna host. So along with all this good jazz, security just popped off, all the excitement. We're gonna go over all the nitty gritty, where we take your account from just a regular $100 account to a $1 million account, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and mute all the lines out real quick. So if, hold on just a second. And we got a question from did you want to ask
I got a
a
question
real
too.
quick? All right, I just went ahead and muted the line, Charity. If you need to talk, unmute yours. But I'm going to go ahead and start on this right here, right? So proper risk management, okay? We need to talk about proper risk management. Why? Because all these traders are coming in the market getting super hyped up, right? And then we're blowing accounts. But what I'm about to teach you is going to keep you from blowing your account. So I want you to take this very serious. What I am about to show you, what I'm about to teach you is going to keep you from blowing your accounts. So a rule of thumb, I don't care if you have these notes already, you should take them again, right? So a rule of thumb, for every $100, we're only risking a 0.01 to a 0.02. Right? So for every $100 in your account, you're either risking a 1% to 2%. Let me explain that a little bit further. So that means if you have $800 in your account, right? Say you have $800 in your account, you can do 8 trades at a 0.01, or you can do 1 trade at a 0.08. Right? That's what our risk management would be on this trade. So we're only using 1% of our $100. And the reason being, guys, is because when you're trading, it's not going to be 100% win ratio if you don't know that by now, right? This is not going to be 100% win ratio. What's going to happen in the markets? You're going to have winning days, losing days, winning days, losing days, right? What's cool about this is if you're using 1% risk management, you're always going to stay in profit as long as you win one more trade than you lose, right? If you're using proper risk management and you're knowing what you're risking before you enter the trade, right? Because 1% is going to keep you from when you lose a week straight, but you won for 2, you're not going to lose but half of your account, right? So know before you enter the trade, you ready? Before you enter a trade, know how much money you're risking, right? Know how much money you're risking before you enter the trade. So risk versus reward, right? How much money are you putting on the line before you enter this trade? Because I see new traders come into the market, and as soon as they come into the thing, they buy in a trade at a 5-cent lot size with only $100 in their account, and then they're sitting here and they put their stop loss so low that it blows their account, right? You should know where your stop is before your take profit. So if you're entering the trade and only looking at your take profit, you already lost. Right? If you're entering the trade and not looking for your stop loss before your take profit, you already lost the trade. Okay, so that's how you need to be entering this. The next thing about proper risk management, right? The next thing about proper risk management is that you consistently, whatever risk percentage you start the week off with, right? So if this is starting your week and you enter in the trade at a 0.01, you need to stick to a 0.01 lot size, right? For either the rest of the week or the rest of the day. Okay, so whatever lot size and risk you're running that day, because here's what happens is people are entering in the market so inconsistent, right? They're entering in one trade at a 0.08 lot size, and then the next trade, they're entering at a 0.01. Well, what happens, guys, is you're winning 9 trades off of your 0.01 lot size. You're winning 9 trades. You're winning 9 trades. You're going crazy in the market. And then you lose 1 trade, right? You lose 1 trade at a 0.08 because these lots, you ran a 30 pip stop loss, and because you didn't know the pair, you didn't know what the average risk was going into the trade, you now lost 1 trade on a GBP pair that you ran a 50 pip stop loss on, and it wiped out almost your entire account and your profits for the day because you didn't look at what you're risking before you entered into the market, right? This is the power of proper risk management, because with proper risk management comes this beauty right here. And everyone hold on just a second, because I'm about to erase this and I'm about to show you how beautiful this thing is, right? So drop some 7s in the chat right now if you're understanding the power of risk management, okay? Drop some 7s in the chat right now if you're understanding the power of risk management. Boom, right? So this is what's so cool about this, is that you sticking at your 0.02% for that first week is going to lead to you doubling your account, right? It's going to lead to you doubling your account, because what we're going to do is the next week after that, right? So here, someone do some fun math with me. I'll always love seeing the bigger picture. So watch what I do right here. At a 0.02, that's a 20-cent lot times 30 pips a day, right? I'm going for 30 pips a day and I'm done. And I'm going to show you why I'm going to be the first multimillionaire trader out of this group besides Mr. Kill. I'm going to show you all exactly why, all right? So that's what, $6 a day at 0.02 times 30 pips?
Yes.
Right? $6 a day times 5 days in a week. How much did we make for the week?
$30,
right? Most people are going to say, wow, that's not very much. You know, I'm going to laugh at your $30, and then I'm going to laugh back at you and say, because you're only thinking short term, let me show you what the bigger picture looks like, right? So then the next week, because you're sticking to your proper risk management, you now can do this. Enter in the market at a 0.04 lot size, right? Not a huge difference, but guess what your profits just did? So this is the second week, and our profits just went up, and we're at $60. Wow, okay, that's not too shabby. You're at $60. What? That's some gas money, some food money, but leave that account alone. Next week, we're going up in lot size again to 0.08. We're on the 3rd week, and now I'm at $120 profit for the week with 30 pips, and I'm dipping out of the market, right? It's 30 pips I'm getting out. 30 pips a day. Y'all, I hit 30 pips within 5 minutes on the market and said, I'll catch you later. Actually, I will catch you at the beach and in the foreign, right? Next week, we're just going to keep running with
Let's go.
Next week, we're at 120. What? Times 2. What? So next week, we're sitting at 240. Damn, that's not bad. I know some people in college that are only making $240 every 2 weeks, right? Next week, what are we at? 480. Now look, this is only the 5th week. At the 5th week, we are making more than some people are weekly at their job, because you laughed at my 0.02, you laughed at my 0.04, but now are you laughing at my $480 a week just off of 30 pips in the morning? Okay? Then we keep running. The next week, 720. The next week, look, 720, 960, 1200. Let me write over here, 1440. Oh, damn, hold on. 1200, let me see something, times 2, boom, 20, I'm sorry. This is 2400, guys. Next week, 4800. Next week, I made 9600. Guys, here's my favorite part about this, is I'm still just getting 30 pips. And you laughed at me from the get-go. You said you're only using a 0.02. I said, bro, you aren't. Are you not using proper risk management? Because all I need is 30 pips and I'm done. 30 pips and I'm done. Because 30 pips is going to retire me, my mom, my dad. I'm taking my sister to college and I'm buying real estate. With 30 pips, that's 30 minutes out of your day. Here's the next thing you need to be looking at, guys, is because this thing goes all the way up to where you're making around $200,000 a week off of 30 pips. You're trading the exact same as you trade now. And that leads me into this right here. This compounding is great. Let me tell you something. Drop some fire in the chat right now, because what we're about to go over is really next level. What we're about to go over is really next level, because this is what's going to take you there. This is what's going to take you to that next level, because you want to be a millionaire trader, but you're celebrating your $3 wins like it's nothing. You're celebrating your beginnings like it's nothing, because you need to be celebrating every trade that you take, taking every trade that you take like you have $1 million you're about to cash out on. If you just hit take profit, you need to be screaming your head off, because that's what you would be doing if you just won a $7 million. If you just made a $7 million trade within an hour, right? That's how you need to be celebrating. So watch. Key, a gym. Celebrate like it's already done. Celebrate like it's already done. Why aren't you celebrating your $500 account, your $1,000 account like it's $1 million account? You have to get there in the mental before you achieve it in the physical, right? That's what the law is. If I'm not mistaken, that you have to get there in the mental before you get there in the physical. So mentally, where do you need to be? And if you're trading like $1 million trader, then why aren't you taking your risk management serious like you're trading $1 million? You're just nonchalantly entering the market and expecting to be a 7-figure trader overnight. So think bigger picture. You need to be entering the trade like a millionaire trader. You need to be risking like a millionaire trader, so you can be there in the mental before you get there in the physical. All right. So celebrate like it's already done. You have to stay. This is where people get lost. Ready? This is where people get lost, and I love this. I'm about to give you the keys to success right now. The first key, discipline. Guys, you have to sit there on discipline. You have to be so disciplined in this market, like anything else in life, right? It's like any other temptation in life. Just because you get tempted in life doesn't mean you're not going to get tempted in the market, okay? Because you may be done for the day. You may have your 30 pips, okay? You may have your 30 pips, but guess what? Someone just sent a signal out. Someone just sent a signal out and it wasn't your pair. What are you going to do? Everyone's saying, wow, this trade's going to smash. Everyone's thinking, wow, this trade's going to win. And then everyone starts jumping in this trade, right? Can you stay disciplined enough to get to your bag? You have to start with small disciplines. You ready? Small disciplines lead to big achievements. Because if you can stay disciplined on the small stuff, that's what makes the big stuff. See, everything starts off broken down into smaller fragments than they are now. So we're starting with the small disciplines that lead to your big successes. It's not that there's some secret video, that there's not some secret MAs, not some secret moving average, not some secret strategy that's going to, like, as soon as you watch it, as soon as you watch that motivational video, as soon as you do whatever you do, you're not going to become an 8-figure trader overnight. I hate to tell you that. Let me tell you what it is. It's making a choice every single day to stay consistent and stay disciplined with what you're trading and where you are at inside of your trading lifestyle, right? You have to do the small disciplines to lead to that bigger stuff, right? The next thing, it almost runs side by side. This says consistent. You have to be consistent. Because if you're not being consistent, then you're not being anything at all. right? Because this is a tip to life. I've worked with I thank God I'm so full of gratitude and blessed because like I've been able to learn from a lot of bosses in life, right? I've got to learn from a lot of multimillionaires that have been doing the things that I want. And they always tell me, they said, Connor, he said, let me tell you the biggest secret. I said, okay, what is it? He said, you have to stay consistent with what you do. He said, you have to stay on schedule. You have to stay prompt. He said, people need to be able to rely on you to have faith in you. How can they have faith in you if you're not being consistent? So let me tell you, you need to stay consistent with what you're doing. If it's 30 pips, I'm telling you, get outside of the market. If you're just trade hungry, guys, get inside your demo. That's what it's for. Get inside your demo account, right? So stay consistent. If you're 30 pips, and you're done, right? Next, consistent. Boom. Next gem is discipline, consistency, and oh my gosh, right here. Mindset. Guys, mindset. What is your mindset? Okay? What is your mindset going into this trade? Because most people are sitting here and you gotta have the mindset before you enter the market that you're going to stay true to what you're doing. Did you follow through with your plan? Were you happy when you took the trade? Were you sad when you took the trade? What emotions were you going through? You're sitting here and trying to run a multi-million-dollar business, but your mindset is not in the right place because you're still thinking like a broke person would think. You're still thinking in that old way. You're still stuck. You ready? In the same paradigm. Guys, if you want different results, you need to get outside of your paradigm. You need to get outside of your old paradigm. You need to study people that are doing the things that you want to do. You need to be on the calls on every single chairman call if you want to be the next chairman. If you want to be the next millionaire trader, why aren't you studying how these people, you're sitting here trying to catch pips randomly throughout the day when you're missing the trading sessions. You're missing all the trading sessions because you're not in the right mindset. When you get tired and you don't want to look at the charts anymore, remember that most people would go to sleep right now, but you're going to stay up and get to your bag. When you don't want to get up early in the morning, your body says, no, go back to bed. You tell your body, no, that's what the old me would do. This is the new me who's choosing something different because everything is starting with a choice, right? Because thoughts become things, and that's why mindset is going to be so crucial to what's going on. Thoughts are going to become things. So if you're thinking that you're going to lose every single trade you go into, guess what? It's called the law of attraction, and it's going to happen because there's more energy than flesh. Catch what I just said. There's going to be more energy than there is flesh. The human aspect can only go so far, but as soon as you apply your spiritual nature to it, you're going to go beyond what you could imagine, right? The flesh cannot go as far as the spirit. Let go and let the universe, let God, whatever it may be for you, whatever takes you to that point of spiritual enlightenment, that awakening, stick to it, stay to it, and trust, right? You have to have faith. This next thing is so important because like there can be no doubt, and I know it sounds crazy, but guys, like when you enter in the trade, you need to be in the mindset that whatever just happens, whatever happens, happens. It's out of your control because either, look, you're looking at it as a loss. Why aren't you looking at every single trade that you go into as a lesson? So what can you learn after this trade? What can you gather? If you lose the trade, you say, thank you. I'm so happy and grateful now that I just learned a lesson from this mistake that I made. You're sitting here looking away from the ugly and ignoring the beauty of the situation. Look at it. Understand what you could have done better. So always be a student. Always be a student. The moment that you don't think you can learn anything, the moment that you think you know it all is the moment that that part of you dies. I said it the other day on a call, but you got to catch the gym on this, right? You got to catch the gym that's about to drop. Because the moment that you feel that you can't learn anymore, the moment that you feel like you already know it all, a part of you is instantly dead. Because you just cut off that avenue of growth that could have been there. The potential energy is now cut off. The potential energy is gone. So you always need to be a student. You always have to be willing to learn, because your greatest critic, your haters, the people that you are so-called hating on you, are literally giving you a free game. Instead of going through the pain of learning a life lesson, why don't you listen to your haters, your critics, and those people that are telling you what you're doing wrong, or telling you that you talk too fast, or you do this, blah, 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 blah. Receive it, take it, internalize it, and then become better, because you're always being a student. I love that Bryce Thompson, he always says, you know, like, anyone that you meet that talks about Alex Morton or Bryce Thompson says that they're the biggest student. They're always willing to learn, right? And I want you to understand that no matter what aspect in life that you're in, you can take this stuff and use it for whatever you want. This stuff is what the 1% does. That's why it's so important. You're trying to like become a millionaire and still listening to your broke uncle, your like whoever it is in your family trying to tell you what to do. Like you're sitting here and like you can't listen to anyone, is what I'm saying. Like, listen to yourself, trust yourself, because without that trust, you're not going to step much further than your face sight, because your face sight again is going to take you farther than your eyesight. Right? Your faith sight is going to take you farther than your eyesight. So have faith in when you're going into this trade, and always be a student. Family, I'm telling you that with just a little bit of this implication, like making a trading plan, like you need to have a trading plan. You need to have a trading journal, right? So I'm about to tell you what you need to become a successful trader. Here's the laws that are really taking me to this next level. Yep. Here's the stuff that's really taking me to this next level. And also, I need you to practice, because again, most of you are trying to become 7-figure traders and you're only marking on the chart once a week. Please explain it to me, because I can't make it make sense. Like you want to become a multi-millionaire trader, but you're only willing to lose $200 and your feelings get hurt, and then you want to move on from trading because it just wasn't for you. No, like you can't make millions unless you're willing to risk up to that point, right? So that comes again with knowing where you're at in your journey. So when you go into trading, before you get back on your charts today, I want you to do this. You need a journal. You need a trading journal. Why? Because there's going to be days and weeks where you absolutely blow the charts out of the water. And then the next week you're sitting here losing every single trade and it doesn't make sense. You're like, I was just doing good last week. And then you can't even remember what you did, what you were studying, how many hours the academy were you watching a day that day when you made a $700 trade? What mood were you in when you entered the trade? You know, how confident were you entering the trade versus exiting the trade? What time did you get into the trade? What time did you exit the trade? What strategy did you use? How much did you risk? How much was your reward? This stuff is important. This is a profit and loss statement of your life. They run billion-dollar businesses with a profit and loss statement. Why wouldn't you do the same thing with what you have going on? So have a journal, right? Have a journal so you can log how you're feeling, what you're doing when you're making these trades. The next thing, trading plan. What is your plan? Right? There's this thing, there's an old saying that says, you know, we don't plan to fail, we fail to plan. Right? We don't plan to fail, we fail to plan. You are going to get the same results you're getting unless you're planning for something different. Daily madness, like creating nothing, doing nothing every single day, is just going to lead to this endless cycle of nonsense and bullcrap. Okay? So you need to have a trading plan of what you want to accomplish. And this is within life. So what's your goal? Just put that beside in parentheses, goal. What is your goal? Because without a goal, you're just aimlessly walking out and you're going to get burnt out and you're going to get tired on this trading journey and not going to want to do it anymore. The next thing, you need to have a log sheet, right? You need to have a trading log. A trading log is exactly what I just went over, right? A trading log is your wins, your losses, what week, what time of the month, what time of the day. And like, think about if you messed up on a trade and could go back and analyze it down to what the weather was like, how could you not win? How could you not win? But instead, you're not taking it that serious. Like, you need to look where you're at and say, am I really taking it that serious? Or could I go deeper? Could I dig deeper? Could I dig deeper within myself? Right? Journal, trading plan, trading log, and guess what? Leave emotions at the door. When you enter this trade, stop going into the trade with your emotions on your sleeve. Why are you going into this trade with your emotions on this like on your sleeve? Like, the trade may go wrong, and then it goes wrong, then you get your feelings hurt. What if you were so caught up on the distractions that you're missing out on your blessings that are in front of you, right? So stop getting caught up in the distractions and leave your emotions at the door. Leave your emotions at the door. Look, stay consistent, stay disciplined, and don't let off the gas pedal right now, right? Do not let off the gas pedal. Right now in life, you're in the right place at the right time with the right people. It's not a coincidence that you're hearing these words out of my mouth if you feel like you needed to hear them. It's not a coincidence that the universe, God, allowed me to wake up this morning so I could still deliver this message. I could have KO'd in my sleep. I could not have woke up today. I could have died in my sleep last night and never woke up for this call. And you're telling me today isn't a blessing? No, today means that I was granted another day to live on purpose and in my purpose. So I'm going to do everything that I can and leave it all at the table at the end of the day. Because again, this is just but flesh. But I'm of spirit and I can go much further than my body can, right? You just have to get outside and live in that place. If you aren't where you want to be right now in your life, and I'm just going to leave it with this, is if you aren't where you want to be right now inside of your life, as far as it goes with trading, as far as it goes with chairman, as far as it goes with building your organization, your bank, your life, whatever is happening with you, if you're not there, it's okay. But go ahead and live in that space mentally. Go ahead and live in that place that you want to be every single day if you can't stand to look at what your circumstances are. You're not born into circumstances or living in circumstances that weren't made for you. The reason other people aren't going through what you're going through is because this journey wasn't for them. You said in the beginning of this, you said, God, let me see the vision for you. Like, universe, reveal to me what it is that you want me to do. How can I better serve you? How can I better serve you? Let me see the plan. Let me see the vision. You didn't ask for everyone else to see it. You asked to see it. You asked to see it. You need to re-look at this thing and realize that your circumstances right now is why you're going to succeed. So if you're struggling and you can't get through a problem, you need to look at where you're at in your life and say, what lesson can I learn from my situation right now? How can you be grateful? Like, this is nothing but a competition to see who can be filled with the most gratitude, right? Who can be filled with the most gratitude during this? Uh-oh. Looks like Les Brown wanted to pop on. So anyways, family, thank you so much for jumping on this call. I'm super, super honored to share the stage today. I want you with Miss Charity. So grateful for her. Guys, if you don't have us on Instagram, I'm going to drop our handles in the chat. I'm about to drop mine right now. Boom. SOS Adler Khan, baby. That's it. SOS Adler Khan. I appreciate everyone for jumping on this call. There was a lot of gems and a lot